Na siam ya bagai baba si from the day we arrive on the planet and blinking step into the sun, there's more to be seen than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. Some say don't be eaten, some say live and let live, but are all agreed as they joined the stampede, you should never take more than you give. In the circle of life, it's the wheel of fortune, it's a leap of faith, it's a band of hope, till we find our place on the path unwinding in the circle of life, the circle of life, oh, the circle of life. So there we go. My name is Meoni of the Cosmecast, and you just watched my little rendition of The Circle of Life from, of course, the introduction to the Lion King film. But that's not why I'm here today. I'm here to talk more interestingly about the lion itself, the little flaming kitty. Now, before we get too ahead of ourselves, I must indeed stress that this guide is purely for druids only. Like the original staff, if you remember back to the Firelands raid within the Cataclysm expansion, you'll remember that there was a staff of a Fandral Staghelm, which was the gatekeeper boss before Ragnaros himself, or the updated leg-included version of Ragnaros, lol. But yeah, this guy was a gatekeeper, and he had a very rare staff that would drop, an agility staff, that was called the Fandral's Flame Scythe. Now this staff actually had a hidden on-use item for druids, which meant that you could use it whilst it was equipped and turn into a fiery version of your cat form, or your druid cat form. And this was really sought after. This was the first real cosmetic item that druids really got. So this was a huge thing and very sought after, apart from the staff obviously being a massive DPS increase for kitties anyway. But since obviously that expansion, we're level 90 now, we have no need of these level 85 staves, unless we were sat around in Shrine, of course, you know, where we can't actually use this item. But in raids, we're going to have to shift back to the original form and neglect that staff in our banks, but not some more. So Blizzard have decided that this cosmetic item is integral to sort of Druid's cosmetic appearance, and they want to keep it in the game for as long as possible, because a lot of work went into the model behind it. And as such, you can now, as of 5.2, go into the Firelands raid and get these items, which will grant you the same ability with very little drawbacks, and we're going to talk about that now. So one of the requirements for this ability and this item, which I'm talking about now, is to have a Firelands run saved to the death of Fandral Staghelm. You don't have to have killed 7 of 7, but 6 of 7. Also, there is another way of doing this. You can go in and kill no bosses and simply use the Alice Resort feather system to actually fly over to this platform. Because obviously you can't get to Fandral's platform without killing the previous bosses, without that cheating way of flying. You have just just enough time actually on the timer of the feather buff to fly there and land safely. Before obviously you would miss it and fall into the abyss. But regardless, I've come here on a character that has a full save to all the bosses dead, so I can just come in here, and obviously you can use the teleporter at the start of the instance to get here faster. And once we go here, you'll see next to the teleporter that you would come out of once you teleport from the entrance, there are these little seeds on the floor, these burning seeds. What are these burning seeds? Well, these are the seeds that Blizzard have put in to Firelands, the raid, in 5.2, which actually allow you to, on the use, to turn into the same effect of the original staff. So you can use these, they stack up to 5, a maximum of 5, and once you've used one, you have 60 minutes of this amazing buff where if you change into your cat form, you will be a fire kitty form. So you can actually shift out of this form and then back into it, and you will still be fire form. And of course, this does actually persist through death. Now, one of the other things that we need to talk about here is the fact that they're bind on account, and they have no level requirement. So, say for instance, on my main Druid, I went in here and got these items. I could send them over to a Druid alt if I had such a thing on my account, and then they'd have Fire Kitty whilst leveling, and everybody would be like, wow, look at that dude, how is he doing that? And then they'd point towards this or Sylar or Metro's video, and we'd be like, yeah, YouTube points. So yeah, regardless. So it's a really cool idea, and I'm really glad that this has been sort of placed in the game. It's allowed for a lot of extra customization, because as you know, Druid forms are a little bit boring. A lot of people, are really out of them, to be honest, because obviously to do any damage, you have to be in one of the forms if you're a Druid, if you're raiding. And the only exception is really healer now that they've got rid of Tree of Life being a permabuff. So yeah, there we go. Hopefully this video has been of some use, and hopefully we've highlighted something collectively over these 3 videos on both Ace Games TV, Cygamer, and here at the Clismcast as to this hidden little gem that was snuck into 5.2 for Druids. So my name has been Meoni of the Clismcast. Thank you very much for watching my video. Stay tuned for a lot of videos to come. I have finished my university work, so YouTube is now full-time, and I will speak to you next time. See you later.